Hey, what is up, mortals? Justin here, and before we get into today's video, I'd like to say something. I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time, so if you're interested, go to the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Secondly, if you didn't know, only 25% of you guys are subscribed to us, so please hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. In this video, we will be explaining Gakuho Asano from the anime Assassination classroom. Asano used to teach in the classroom that now houses the E class. His teaching method was similar to Koro-sensei's, making his students kind and well-rounded. However, one of his students committed suicide due to bullying, and he couldn't defend himself since he was too kind. This made him believe he was raising his students the wrong way, and he changed his methods, making them be strong instead of kind. Due to his exceptional skills, he was able to get a black belt in karate after training for only 3 days. He did this by being defeated on the first day, observing what his instructor did, and created a strategy on the second day. And on the last day, he defeated his instructor. He built a new school building where most students are now located, and left the old one abandoned as it brought back bad memories. He later used brainwashing techniques to make his students bullies into gambling addicts. He later got married and had a son, but their relationship was extremely competitive as they wanted to control the other. Eventually, Aguri Yukimura was hired to teach the E class, and it is implied that the two were on good terms as he appreciated her passion for teaching. At the beginning of the first semester, Asano had small appearances, but he would always be hidden by shadows. He allowed for Class E to assassinate Koro-sensei on the condition that the government would pay compensation. After a school assembly, he witnessed Nagisa frighten 2 Class D students who disrupted his perfected system. This led for Asano to come to the Class E site to meet Koro-sensei for the first time. He made sure to put difficult questions on their midterms so Class E would struggle. He appears again when Class E and the school baseball team compete in a baseball game. He noticed that the team was struggling and stepped in as their coach, slowly brainwashing the team's captain, though this was countered by Koro-sensei, who had the class mimic Asano's tactics. He left the game. When Gakushu lost the wager with Class E during the finals, Asano decided to taunt him to learn from this loss. Asano later acknowledges their victory while also determining that the main campus would have to work harder, so Class E doesn't overtake them. In the second semester, Asano and Gakushu divide Class E by allowing Kotaro Takebayashi to join Class A, promising that this would make his older brothers and father acknowledge him. During this, the two tried to make Takebayashi make a statement that shed Class C in a negative light and would be shown to the entire school, although he broke one of Asano's possessions so he could be transferred back to the E class. Since this, Asano witnesses Gakushu's failed attempts to impede Class E's rise during the sport and school festivals and mocks him for these failures. Class E's victories made them look better than ever, which threatened Asano's philosophy as the students on the main campus started to look up to the Class E students. After the school festival, Asano's fear of his system failing starts to weigh on him, and he decides to brainwash his students and make the exams as difficult as he could. He personally taught Class A so they would succeed in the exams. Regardless of this, Class A fails to get the top marks, and Class E overcome them once more. This made his composure vanish, and for the first time, he displayed anger towards his son. As a final resort, to keep his system intact, he made Class E into a more of a prison and dismissed Koro-sensei. He took matters into his own hands when he forced Koro-sensei into a situation where Koro-sensei only had a 20% chance of victory. He used a grenade on both himself and Koro-sensei, but he instead protects Asano by using his skin. Asano was prepared to blow himself up, but instead, Koro-sensei reflects on how similar their teaching styles are. Before Asano leaves, he jokingly asks if he can come over and try assassinating him again. After seeing Class E's achievements, he decides to keep his system, but no longer discriminates against Class E. At the end of the semester, he sensed that something big was coming. Before we get back into the dive, I would like to say that we are only one of the many We the Celestials channels, in case you guys didn't know. If you have the sugar tooth for great storytelling, please give our What If channels a visit. No matter if it's a My Hero Academia What If or Naruto What Ifs, we've got you covered. Did we get your attention? Great! Click the icon in the top right corner or check the description below for the links to the other channels. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back into the dive. In the final semester, Asano meets with Koro-sensei on Valentine's Day and attempts another assassination, but fails. He offered for him to continue teaching as he knew that Koro-sensei wouldn't self-destruct in March, but Koro-sensei declines as he wished to see the world after they graduated. Then they talk about the late Aguri Yukimura and admit that if she was still around, she would have been an excellent teacher to balance Asano and Koro-sensei. A week before the March deadline, Koro-sensei was trapped in a dome called Earth's Shield. This made Koro-sensei's existence known to the public, and the media villainized Asano for letting him teach at his school. He considers shifting the blame, but remembers Ikeda's words and instead stands by his decision to hire Koro-sensei. He brainwashes some influential reporters to write useful articles on him in Class E, although he believed that this wasn't enough to help Koro-sensei as humanity was still against him. At their graduation, Asano tells Nagisa that he has a good eyes due to Koro-sensei's teaching. He was still being targeted by the media, which endangered his students. This forces him to step down as chairman. As he prepares to leave the school, 2 of his former cramp students give him a surprise visit. Asano offers them wine to celebrate their reunion and a new beginning for the 3 of them. This interaction helps Asano regain what he had as a teacher before the incident. It is later revealed that he opened a cramp school called Asano Cramp School, where he works as a manager, office worker, and lecturer. He is scouting Nagisa in hopes that he will teach at his school, as he's now an incredibly skilled teacher. Asano is a brunette and has neatly combed hair. His eyes are brown in the manga, but are purple in the anime. He wears a formal business suit, which is different from the other teachers, as it is entirely brown instead of the usual gray and black. He has a leaf pin on his tie that was gifted to him from his students at cram school. While working at the cram school, he had longer, unkept hair, which looked similar to his son's, and he wore more casual clothing. When he was younger, he had strawberry blonde hair. Asano's most prominent attribute is his fixation on perfecting his pedagogy. He puts his educational ideas over the world's future, which he prioritizes even over basic morality. He makes some decisions that even his son is against, such as when he advised the Class A students to poison Class E's food. He isn't afraid to get his hands dirty if it means that his system stays intact. In the first trimester, Asano makes their exams very difficult and teaches each class, except Class E, what they need to know for the exam as a desperate way to keep Class E under the other classes. His system's maintenance is his primary driving force throughout the series, and is incredibly disappointed when Class E surpasses the other classes anyway. He has a desire to prove that his methods are correct, so he never tampers with any of his students' scores. For the second trimester exams, he encourages the teachers to make the tests so tricky that only university students could be prepared for them. He did this as another attempt to lower the confidence of the E class. Although the results were unfavorable to him, he didn't modify any of the results, which shows that he respects the final product, but will do anything he can to make it what he wants to be. He constantly pressures his son, Gakuho, to produce perfect results and be able to defeat foes such as Class E. He uses his son for his own ideals, making him a tool to keep his system in check. He mocks his son's inability to defeat Class E, as he believes that his frustration will make him stronger, regardless of the emotional toll. Before the incident, his teaching methods mirrored Koro-sensei's, even doing mock assassinations with his students, and whoever could get a hit in would get free time. He was very close to 3 students in particular, as they were the first to attend his cram school. Even after their graduation, they kept in touch. His worldview was flipped when one of his students passed away due to being too kind. He blamed himself for this and changed his teaching style completely. This was when he created his current system, which dehumanizes the E class but gives the other classes more confidence and arrogance. After being defeated by Koro-sensei, he sort of returns to his old self as he realizes that E-class followed his old principles and was successful. This makes him become more mellow, and he now discourages the other students and staff from looking down at E-class. He is knowledgeable and has a gifted mind, where he can comprehend any subject in a short amount of time then teaches it to his students. He is also considered multi-talented as he worked at multiple side jobs to fund the creation of Kunigigaoka Academy. He is also very athletic. An example of this is when he hits his son, sending him across the room and crashing on the wall. Along with his athletic skills, he is very good at fighting, as he was able to challenge 4 athletic exchange students and 1 without being hit once. Due to his unique leadership and charm, he can easily brainwash both his students and adults alike. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Now, there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time, so if you're interested, go into the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Secondly, I'd like to thank our $5 and up Patreon supporters who fund these videos. Lastly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank the writer for this video and the audio and video editors for this video. Their details are in the description below. If you're a voice actor, editor, or writer, or you're interested in becoming one of those, go to the Discord in the description of this video and hit up the head of one of those areas. We're always looking for members to join us. That's it from us for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're interested, and hit that like button if you like the video. Until next time, peace out, mortals. Have a fantastic day.